Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie with me, Richard Vobes. It's the 3rd? Yeah, it is. 23rd, don't be absurd. It is the 23rd of October 2020, and we are live back in the house. And I apologise there was no show on Wednesday. Mr. Suggett and I was up north, bathing in... Well, what were we? Avian flu, I think it was. I think we were just splashing about. We'd had enough of that other stuff that's been going around. Everybody's got that. We thought we'd have something a bit different. Bit of avian flu, you know. Get some old wings, flap about in it. It was lovely. Very nice. He also bought a vehicle at the same time. Anyway, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be live, and it's nice to be direct with you. And I noticed that out there in the Vobosphere, a number of people have made it their appointment this evening to come and join me, and that's so thrilling. Let's find out who is there, and we'll say a big hello to those of you who are bashing about, tap, 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 in the chat room. We have the lovely Judith, who was first in the door. If there was a prize, I wish there was a prize. For the first in the door, Judith came in, swiftly followed by the lovely Julia. And it's nice to see you ladies, looking very, very lovely tonight, if I may say so. And Ernie Samat says, Talio, Richard, there is one great travel mobile you bought there. I like it, but where will Julia and Joe sleep? There's plenty of room underneath. And Joe can get under there quite easily. Julia? Well, she might be able to be squeezed under there. It's drier. It's drier under there. So that's nice. Laura says, hello, Richard and Judith and Julia and everybody. Hope you're all well. We're trying to stay out of the rain. Yeah, it was a bit damp earlier this evening. Sort of stopped now, but it's still wet underfoot. So I don't put my foot down. Luckily, my logs have been protected with a little bit of tarpaulin on the top, which is very nice. Tarpaulin, I say, every time I go out. And she says, that's all right, love. I don't mind lying here, protecting your rogs. And I say, it's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Tarpaulin. She's very good at it. So there we go. Glyn Horton, good evening to you. Lovely to see you there. Audrey Forbes, hello to you. The allotment channel with Sean James Cameron is there. Advice needed, he says. Anyone know of an app which tracks your spending? Thanks. Yes, I believe there's this thing. I keep seeing adverts for it. And there's this woman sitting there going, yo, tells you exactly how much you've spent. I'd never do. And it took me ages to understand what she was saying in this advert. Yo tells me, pardon? Yo. I thought she was going, yo, you know what I mean, yo. Why is it that the Americans are too lazy to say you all, and they say yo in that sort of whiny voice? By the way, if there's any Americans watching and you've suddenly been offended by that, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you, but we have had to watch, what's his name, Trump, and the other one, Biden, on our screens, and I don't like it. So there we go. Anna Jones says, hello, lovely people. Ron Langley says, good evening all. Alan Sandell says, greeting from over the pot. Oh, that was just probably upset you now, haven't I? He probably doesn't like it either. So let's hope so. Let's hope that nobody's taking offence from the Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi tonighty. You know, tonighty. nice to see you in your nighty. Good nighty. The Veg Grower podcast is here. Hello, Richard Suggett. Lovely to see you. I was only seeing you yesterday, and I saw you, actually, sitting in my car, following me, no matter where I went. There you were. I couldn't shake you off. It was a nightmare. So where is this mad chap going? Andy Dalgleish, hello to you. He says, Richard, you are the man with the van. Yes, I've got a new job. I don't know whether I'm doing it for Amazon, for Hermes, or for Yolt. Manages to track all my... No, not Yolt, the other one that begins with a Y. Yodel! I did a yodel and woke the baby today. I was round at Julia's, and somebody mentioned yodel, and I went, yodel-a-lodel-lodel-lodel. Only I did it better there. Just at the inappropriate moment, because little Joe was trying to go to sleep and I woke him up. Oopsie. Anyway, Darren Howell, hello to you. Nice to see you, Darren. And Andy Dalgleish. Hi, Richard. I've read that. Clive Waterfall. Good evening to you. The allotment channel is, I've just mentioned him. Linda Kane. Nice to see you, Linda Kane there. By the way, Linda Kane very kindly the other day, I went over and she helped me ascertain. It's a nice word, isn't it? It's like acetate, but it means something completely different. She helped me to ascertain some logs, and I've got them home. But she gave me a gift. She gave me some cucumber pickle and some sweet tomato relish. And we took them up on our trip north, Mr. Suggett and I. We stopped in lay-bys with ham and cheese rolls with nothing else in. And I said to Mr. Suggett, I said, I could have put salad cream in there or HP sauce. I said, no, I've got some relishes. I don't know which one you like, but they're homemade by the lovely Linda Kane. And we snapped them. We did a bit of each, actually. And they were delicious. Delicious. So thank you so much, Linda. That was very nice. Lovely treat. And he says, I have them here, and as you can see, they have been opened. Well, you might not be able to see terribly well, but they have been opened. Cucumber pickle, I beg your pardon, cucumber, yeah, is that what I said? Cucumber pickle and green tomato chutney. There we are, that was the order. Made by Linda's own fairy hands. Not with fairy liquid, which is a pleasing discovery, although it can you can clean the plate when you have fairy liquid pickle. It's quite handy. Not Nigel. It's not called Nigel. He's called Andrew. It sounds like Nigel, but with an A. Nigel. No, it's not Nigel. It's Andrew. Andrew Norris. Hello. What ho? He says. Vobes says, what ho to you, young man. Tracy Murphy. Dawn Copping. They're all there. Michael White. Robert Croser. Nigel Sadler. Andy Frierson. Lovely to see you too. Edward Moulding. Josephine Souter, the whole gang is in. How lovely is that? Thank you so much for making a little bit of room, shuffling up there on the sofa, putting your masks on so, of course, you don't catch any Arabian flu. Arabian? What was it? Arabian flu, wasn't it? I've forgotten what it's called now. The bird flu. I suppose Arabian flu would be camel flu. You can get affected by camels, you know. I've seen people affected by camels. They're the ones who've got the hump. Thank you. Da-dum-tsh. Everyone a gem, but none of them funny. We only have one video in tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, and there's no guesses for where that has come from. Yes, you guessed it. It's come from Somerset. It's a nice Somerset video from our one and only Glastonbury Gabriel, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be coming up a little later on in the show. We're going to open up the phone lines early in tonight's show. 07934746790 is a number which you can, if you so wish, call me on. So now, if I haven't mentioned your name, by the way, I do apologise, and maybe I'll get down to it if you address me. By the way, if you are in the chat room, I believe if you put the @ sign in front of the Vobes Show, or is it just Vobes Show? I can't remember which way round it is. You can actually, you put @the Vobes Show, and it will put an orange highlighter, and I'll see the message if it's directed to me. That way, when you're talking to yourselves, I often see it more clearly. No sign of Glastonbury Gabriel. He's probably coming back from work. He does tend to do that. He finishes at 8 o'clock, so he'll be back about 30:30. So fear not, he'll be here. So that's very nice. They do look idyllic, and they taste absolutely brilliant. Josephine, that was the chutneys, which are over here. This chutney's from Stepney, and this pickle is from, I can't think of a place that rhymes with pickle. So, Mickle, Chickle, Dickle, Wickle, Wickle. Must be Wickle. There must be a place in England called Wickle. I bet if you put somebody, Google Wickle as a place and see if it exists. Rhymes with pickle, Wickle. Wickle by the sea. So, that would be interesting. Where would be your idyllic place in England? Let me know. Where would you, if you had to move and you had the money to do it, where would it be? Would it be Wickle by the sea? Or where? Hello, says Mike Stevens. I beg your pardon, I missed you out. So sorry, Mike. Thank you for alerting me to that. That's very good of you. At the Vobes Show. And if I've forgotten your name, let me know. Good evening to Freya. Oh, hello, Freya. Nice to see you. That was Robert Croser saying, please will we say hello? Hello. which is very nice. Everyone's dutifully obeying. Dutifully obeying. Please excuse me whilst I have a slurp of coffee. I have to say, that is delicious. Linda Kane says, I guess you've been out today in the van, Richard. Were you sighted? Yes, I was sighted, as you so well put it. I started off, do you know, I don't know whether anyone's noticed, but I did actually purchase a van over the last couple of days. Yesterday it was, and drove it back 6 hours back to jolly old Blighty. And you never know, we may have the mysterious seller, as we like to call. His name's Paul. We can reveal that. Paul. Not Paul Gambaccini, not Paul Newman, not Paul Schofield, not Paul as in swimming pool, but a very lovely Paul from up north somewhere in an undisclosed location. And you may have been watching, I believe he's already seen the video that I put out, a secret video, where I took the van and drove it off a cliff. Just, you know, and filled it full of Semtex just to get some nice, good special effects. A lot of money to do that. So I've actually decided that I've rewound the film so actually we don't drive the van off a cliff, because that would be silly. We've driven it off Richard instead. Instead of cliff, we've done it off Richard. Makes more sense. So there we go. Days of Yore, hello to you. Thank you very much for alerting me because I missed you. Yes, Wickle is at 24 High Street, Lewis. Oh, is it? There we go. Thank you very much for looking that up. You see? See if we can make up another name and see if that it survives, or exists rather, in the country. So how should we do that? Let's have a think. I'm scanning around to see. Okay, I'm looking at a paint pot. I wonder if there is a colour. Is there a colour that is also a town? There we are. This is a test for you guys to look up. Is there a colour that's also the name of the town? So in other words, is there a town called Yellow? Is there a town in England called Yellow or Brown or Purple or Serene? Is Serene a colour? Not really. What about Maureen? She is a colour. She's had been. I don't know who Maureen is, to be honest with you. So that's glad to hear that, Robert. Rick M says, hello, we're in North Yorkshire tonight and not Cumbria. Good to see you there, Rick M. Cheers. I'm having a slurp. What takes you to North Yorkshire, I want to know. And what made you escape from Cumbria? Josephine. Cliff Richard. Yeah, that was the gag. That was not a good gag, I grant you that. A croft in the Western Hebrides. What is that a colour? Is that a colour? The Veg Grower podcast says it was near an 8 hours. Yeah, it was pretty much an 8-hour drive. But don't panic. We had a roving lavatory that toured with us, and I've decided to keep this roving lavatory and take it with me wherever I go. It's absolutely brilliant. Saffron Waldron. Is that a colour? It's kind of yellowy colour, isn't it? It is a yellowy colour. Who said that? Hang on, I'm just looking to see. Oh, that was Nigel Sadler. Very, very swift there. Very quick. Redditch. Very good. Greenford. Blackpool. Reading. Oh, this is Redcar. These are great. You know, who would have thought? Okay, so we've done colours. What about furniture? Let's try furniture at Greyfriars. Brilliant. Yes, of course. Greyfriars, it was me that made him leave Cumbria. Oh, I'm not surprised, Robert Crozier. You made Julia and I leave. We got down to the south so quickly. I joke. It's a jest. Don't take it seriously. The allotment channel says, did you stop at the service stations? Were they busy? No, they weren't busy. We did stop on the way up. We only stopped in the car park on the way down because we had a travelling lav. We had the travelling lav. We had the travelling lav. Travelly lav. And I can tell you the lav looked flushed after we went in there. Oh, yes. Blackpool, Beddingham. Hang on a minute. Beddingham. Oh, furniture. There we go. Yes. Beddingham. Very good. Whitechapel. Oh, yes, that's a colour. Carstairs. Very good. You've not only have you got a piece of furniture, you've got a travelling mode of transport. Broadstairs, isn't it amazing? Not at all, LOL, Blackford. Oh, Bedford, he says quickly. No, not Blackford, Bedford. Yes, there we go. This is a good game, isn't it? It's a good game. All right, my love, let's look at the floorboard. What other places that are from different things? So let me think. We've done furniture. We've done colours. We got modes of transport came in there. Any other more modes of transport? We've had car stairs, which was very good. Andrew's clapping. Why are you clapping, Andrew? Whitechapel. Very good, Ernie Samet says. Having a few days break with our grandson. Oh, that's what's brought you to North Yorkshire. Aye, very nice. By the way, is your grandson James Herriot? Actually, when we were driving up, we saw Herriot country. Actually, that must have been in South Yorkshire. Herriot country. Kept saying it. Chesterfield. Is that a mode of transport? What about mode of transport? There's no place called Tractor. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't there a place called Tractor or something like that? There's a place, very odd place name. Can't bring it to mind now, but it sounds like Tractor, but I don't think it's spelt that way. I had a penny farthing today on the London. As you saw one on the London street. You should have had a go. Should have had a go, Sean. It would have looked great. You look great on a penny farthing. I've ridden a penny farthing. It's great fun. Bushy, red car. Yeah, we've got red car again. Well done. Was it Jeremy Vine? Okay, what about names? Are there names of people in history or fiction that is also a town? So, Nickleby, is that a town? Nickleby? Yes, it was Jeremy Vine, says the allotment channel. Cardiff. Oh, Cardiff, yes, at mode of transport, well done. That was a good one, actually, Linda. Not unusual to see in London. The allotment channel with Sean James Cameron. No, because he lives up there. That's why it's not unusual. So, yes, people in fiction. Is there a place name? A place name that is also the name of a person in fiction. Sorry, my foot is kicking a bag. That would be quite good. So whilst you're thinking about that, I got an envelope today. I can't show you the other side. It's got my address on it. But on there it says, Guess Who? So this came to me like this. Is this from you? It came to me. It says, Richard Vobes, the internationally famous bald bloke who travels about, sometimes in a car, sometimes in a van. He's so damn sexy, we love him. He is the best creature that crawled out from under a rock. He's slimy and ugly and smells like a... Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to read that bit out. Please don't read this out. Although it's all true, people won't like me for saying it. No, that's all made up. That's all made up, ladies and gentlemen. That bit's all made up. But there is an envelope addressed to me with 2 second-class stamps on it that have not been franked or anything. So I might get them off. I've got to send a check. I meant to send a check out to the lovely Fiona Hammond, who watches, or Mary. I get confused on these. She has a double-barreled name. Fiona Mary. Fairy. No, we can't call her Fairy. Miona. We call her Miona. Or something. Anyway, she has made, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Fiona Hammond, or Mary Hammond, or Fiona Mary, or Mary Fiona, whichever way around it. To be honest with you, I completely forget. She has sent me, or is sending me, 2 lovely brand new jumpers. And she's charging me barely anything. Just as well, because barely anything is left in the bank account, to be honest, after dishing out for this amazing van. However, and of course the tax. No one told me how expensive it was to tax a van. Thank you. You should have told me that before I had the idea. If someone had said, do you know how much it costs to tax a van? Oh yeah, how much? £145 for 6 months. What? 200 and something for a year. 200. How much? The whole thing would have been off. But they kept that quiet. They kept how much it costs to tax a van quiet, didn't they? They kept that bloody quiet, I can tell you. Oh, you get the van, you pay for the van, and it's a lovely van. I'm not knocking the van. And then, of course, you've got to get rid of your own car, and that costs a fortune. And then you've got to have it... you've got to have the insurance, and the insurance took the money. Said, how you want to pay? I said, how can I pay? Can I pay by instalments? It said, yes, you can pay by instalments, but it'll cost you more. I said, how much more? Well, it's going to cost you about 10% more because of the whatever. And I said, oh, well, I said, I'm running out of money here. You better take the whole lot. And for some reason, I am a red hot case. I'm more of a case of, see that bloke, charge him whatever you like, he'll pay it. Does seem to be the case. You have no idea how much insurance I've been paying for my previous car for 4 years and the car before that for 5 years. A lot, much more than the average person pays. Why? Mainly because I make videos and they see you come in. They go, oh yeah, video producer, eh? Oh well, yeah, you might have someone famous in the car, so we better charge you through the roof. But never mind that, the insurance is a doddle compared to tax. There's tax all the time, everywhere you go, tax. Anyway, Gabriel tells me his Mini is only £20 a year. And I bet petrol costs you nothing. Petrol, I have to say though, it was about 30 quid to get down on the diesel tank for about 8 hours of driving. I don't know how many miles we drove. It seemed like a lot, about 300 and something. And I was actually impressed with the miles per gallon in the van. It's a lovely van. I'm not knocking the van. Paul, if you're watching, I'm not knocking the van, but I was surprised. It's just like you're recovering from all the expenses that you have to do, and you go, oh, just tax the van now. And it's just it's the straw, isn't it? It's the straw. You go, oh, and that's the government doing it. It's nothing to do with Paul. He didn't set the rates. It's the government. And that's so I could only afford to do 6 months, and because in 6 months' time, in whenever that is, March, I'll have to do it all over again. However, this time in March, I'll be a multi-millionaire. Now, there was a programme they used to say that. This time next year. Yeah, only fools and, well, we know what happens there. Worthing, Nigel Sadler says it. What? Oh, yes, somebody's name. That's right, Jack. Was it Jack Worthing in... Was his first name Jack? Ernest Worthing. Of course, it was The Importance of Being Earnest, you fool, by Oscar Wilde. I knew that. Let's go back. This is a village called Van in mid-Wales. Oh, there is a village called Van. Who says that? There is a village called Van. Is Glyn. Thank you very much, Glyn, for that. Morecambe. Yes, there's a good one. Good for the names. Well done for that. Jeremy Vine, we've got all that. Cardiff. Oh, yes. Livingston. Where's Livingston? That's great. Sherlock. Is there a place called Sherlock? Paddington. Yes, of course, Paddington. Now, of course, some of these things are like Paddington may have been the town first. I mean, a lot of towns are named after people anyway. If you could just say, well, any of the Sussex ones were named principally after some Saxon bloke coming in. You know, because most of the towns, like Findon, I think, is named after Captain Findus, isn't it? He was a Saxon. I'm sure the original Captain Findus was a Saxon. And Broadwater wasn't. It was named slightly differently because of the large expanse of water. There's a place called Vobes in France. There is a place called, I think it's Vobston, or Vobes. There's a what is it called? Vobing. There's a place called Vobbing. I think it's pronounced Vobbing, but I liked it as Vobing. There is actually a place called Vobing. Sounds interesting, Mr. Sadler. I've not heard of that place. Hampstead Heath, as in Ted Heath. Yeah, Ted Heath, very good. Prime Minister, also a conductor, and he was cleared of being anything more than that in the news, wasn't he? Windsor, Frank Windsor, he was called that, and of course the Queen are the Queen Windsors? I know they're Reginas, aren't they? Which is a very unfortunate name, isn't it? If Regina, it always, you know, you could imagine if the Queen had gone to an ordinary school, say a secondary comprehensive school, Regina, yeah, we all know what that rhymes with. Me old China, you see, me old China. Connor's Dark Corner. My dad pays £330 of tax for the year. What does he drive, Connor? What does he drive for that? Veg Grower Podcast says I He says, I think I did suggest you check the price of insurance and tax a while back. Yeah, he's very, very meticulous, is Mr. Suggett, and I dare say you did do that, and I completely ignored you. Completely ignored you. I'm sorry. And when I say I'm sorry, I mean, I'm sorry. I wish I had. I'm sorry for myself. Anyway, Glastonbury Gabriel says, mine's, 20, my mini. Oh, yeah, I meant to read that. They pay you to take away your old car. You should get about 90 quid for it from a scrapyard. That's a third of the road tax, says Nigel Sadler. I'm actually getting £136 for it. And they will come, and they're coming on Monday to take it away, and they're paying me £136 for it. So, yeah. I did ring up a local scrappy, and he said, I'll do it. I'll give you 70 quid for it. I said, there's 4 new tyres on it. No, I don't care about them. I said, well, I'll take the tyres off then and sell them on Facebook Marketplace, which I could still do, I suppose. Days of Yore says, entertainers are charged at a higher rate than mere mortals. That's true. We are, and it's a shame. Mark Donny McLeod says, I came in at the right time. Sounds to me like I have similar troubles with greedy... Yes, exactly. Our hybrid Jarvis, is... I've lost it. Hang on, I'm just scrolly. Wait a minute. Where did you go? Your dad's house. No, wait. Where is it? Where did you go? What happened to that? Oh, here we go. Naught tax. The petrol Vauxhall is 200 though. This is the snig, and that's the snag, isn't it? If you have a hybrid, are you paying only half the tax? Little question there for somebody. Watch today's video, MDM. What? Oh, I see. It's diesel and I can sleep in it. What? Your Mini? Yeah, well, you're a petite man, if I may say so. You're a petite man. We're coming up to your video in a minute. We have got the phones open, but let's just get to this. And also, I want to tell you what's inside this, because we've got to guess who it is. This show is just full of very exciting content tonight, isn't it? Like every show. May I ask if you are keeping the car as well, says Julia M. No, I can't afford to keep both. And actually, in order to take advantage of my no claims bonus... It's like a Brucey bonus, only it's actually worth money. And you don't get these very large playing cards with it, luckily, because I wouldn't know what to do with those. Yes, no, I can't afford to keep both, which is, I haven't got parking space for both, either, Vicky Verky. And to be honest with you, the thing was, when we got up to our mysterious place up north, towards, well, it was somewhere in Yorkshire, somewhere in Never Eat Shredded Wheat, East Yorkshire, somewhere out of the COVID area, let me assure you. Although we've been scratching, ever since we've come back. It's probably all the ticks, because it was right out in the sticks, where the sheep and the ticks talk to one another. And there's loads of vets. We could tell they were vets, lots of them, all around the countryside. These were the men with one arm and a sheep very close to them. Yeah, lots of vets up there. Or was it cows? I can't remember. Yeah, anyway, the cows had men as tails. Anyway, enough of that gay banter. So what was the point of saying that we were scratching? Hang on, I've lost my thread. Oh, wait, we came back. There was a joke. I was lining up for a joke there, wasn't I? Oh, yes, no. The story was that on the way up there, of course, the exhaust blew on my car. We just got there about an hour from it, and I said, hang on a minute, the exhaust sounds a bit loud. And when we arrived, like that, poor old Mr. Suggett had to drive the car 8 hours back as if he was on the Brands Hatch. Yeah, put that in your pee-pee pipe. So no, unfortunately not keeping about it. Michael White says, don't worry, the politicians are all getting a pay rise. Thank goodness for that. I was worried. Couldn't sleep last night wondering if our poor politicians would ever get a pay rise. They so deserve it for messing up the country. Yeah, absolutely. Your dad's house might have sold by the time you have to renew. Yeah, by the time I have to renew the van in about 10 years' time, I may have actually sold my dad's house. It would be a pile of rubble, and it would have collapsed in that time, and it would be worth nothing. But I may have enough money to buy a matchbox. Mark Donny McLeod's no, not workers' days, rhymes with merchant banker. Yes, I know what you mean. Yes, no need to go on. What now? Somebody was telling me about Regina. Hang on a minute. Where is that gone? There was a thing. The pay you take away. You should. Oh yeah, I read that. Where is it? Somebody said something about. I'm just trying to find it now. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody mentioned Livingstone. Yes, it's a good one. Or Edinburgh. Who's Edinburgh? Is there a person called Edinburgh? Bognor. Who's called Bognor? Can't be somebody called Bognor. Captain Birdeye. Birdeye. Is there a place called Birdeye? Livingstone near Edinburgh. Oh, Livingstone's near Edinburgh. Yes, there we are. Dr. Livingstone. I read a book about Dr. Livingstone. We don't want adverts in the middle of our videos. They'd be ruined. Yes, no adverts. If they make you more money, put the advert in the middle. If they make you more money, put the advert in the middle. Oh, no, no, I won't do that. Do you know why I won't do that? I mean, you're quite right. It could make a bit more money in the advert, but it puts people off. It puts me off. If I'm watching somebody's video and they just have these adverts in the middle, I think to myself, do you know, I've lost the thread now. I've lost the thread and I move on. And I think other people do. Some people will watch it all the way through, but I don't think so. It's not like I'm about to blow up a van or something. If I was about to blow up a van, people might wait for the advert and go through. But I'm just walking around the countryside. People say, well, I've seen it. It's a bit samey. You ask Mark Selwood. He knows a thing or two about samey. Mark Donny McLeod. Regina is the title for the head of the Windsors. There you go. Oh, so her name isn't Elizabeth Regina then, it's something else. I believe too. I believe I've lost it. Where did you go? One slip of the mouse and suddenly it's gone up. I believe the Windsors renamed themselves after the town to lose the German surname. Is that, oh right, is that how it works? Vauxhall Amiga. Oh, Vauxhall, yes, Amiga. I once changed the steering rack on a Vauxhall Viva with a Haynes manual. Couldn't do it now. Sorry I'm late, says English Andy. Congratulations on the van. Very excited. Thank you very much, English Andy. Very kind of you. The adverts on YouTube in the middle of the video are unbelievable. Yes, it is unbelievable. I don't understand why they do it. What's the update about the house sold or not sold? The update is it's not sold. I have a hybrid, you don't pay tax, it's free. Well, if I say on my van it's a hybrid because I use diesel most of the time, but I also use gas. I use a bit of methane. I'm sure if I fart sufficiently, I must take the van at least an inch. Then surely I can then claim it's hybrid, and if it's hybrid, I could have it for free. Could I not? The tax for free? Wait, he farts in the van. It goes forward. Yeah. That's got to be worth a challenge, isn't it? Bit of free gas. Although, of course, methane is not a gas that they like. So I might be penalised there and actually pay twice the amount. My van tax-free as full electric and expensive to buy. Well, mine was expensive to buy to me. Probably not to anybody else. People seem to have a lot of money. You look around and people sort of go, everybody I spoke to said it's not an expensive price for that van of its age and all the rest of it. And I go, but it seems expensive. It just seems. No, it's not expensive. That's what you expect to pay. The van is great. It's just, I'm much poorer now. Much poorer. No, I'm very happy. I am very happy. Took the lovely Julia out in it today. We went to the south of France and back, and it only cost £5. It was great. Regina Queen, Rex King. Oh, right. Oh, I see. Thank you very much. I wondered where that name came from. I thought, who's Regina? It's a funny word, though, isn't it? Regina. Clive Alderfoots, did I spot a hammer on the wall next to the van door to break glass for emergency escape? That's exactly what it's for. If you get locked in there and you can't get out, it could be if an intruder sticks his head in, you could wallop him over the head because he won't necessarily know you're there. And then you can make your escape, which is good. St. Ives, Burl Ives, that's a place. Well done, Audrey. Saint Justin Bieber. Tenuous link, but I'll let that one go. Michael White says wind power. That's the way to go. Exactly. You're lucky it's a company vehicle. Yes. I wonder what people do who live in blocks of flats. Can't very well plug it in. Unless there's a forecourt, I suppose. If they have a forecourt, I suppose they plug it in and somehow swipe it and it reads off the card what flat they're in or their account. I suppose that's how that works. Allotment Channel says, where will be the first van stay overnight? The first overnight stay, funnily enough, we're going to be next week. I'm going up to Shropshire. It'll be somewhere in Shropshire. I can't tell you where. I'm picking up the coracle. I am actually going to stay at my friend Harriet's house. So that's one night I don't have to stay in the van. Not that I didn't want to stay in the van, but, you know, it's a free bed and probably a free meal. Knowing Harriet, she's very generous. And then, and I get to see little Lola. So that would be nice, little Dachshund Lola. She'll be very excited to see me. And then I'm off to see Fran and Rich floating our boat, probably on the Tuesday. And then I may stay overnight on the Tuesday in the van. Be very scary. I am actually a bit nervous about doing this now. I mean, it's all, you know, it's all very well sitting there saying, oh, I could do it. It's going to be great fun. Everyone will love it. But I actually got to do this now. And then I'm going to sweep down to Glastonbury Gabriel's abode and probably stay one more night down there nearby. So, you know, a bit jittery about all of that. Red Ruth. Oh, yes, Ruth Maddock. Very good. The Amusement Channel says, there is a street in Street Green Street called World's End. There is a place called World's End too. Donkey Town. Lola! Yes, the lovely Lola. So I may have to take some pictures. Anyway, so we're going to guess... We're going to guess what... So let me tell you whilst... We're going to go to Glastonbury Gabriel's video in a second. Inside this envelope, ladies and gentlemen, it just says guess who. I have absolutely no idea. But this is what I've got in it. A shaver and I think that's toothpaste, is it? Creme de... Oh, after shaving cream. 1823, originally Lee. So a disposable... It must have come either from a train, one of them long-distance trains, or an airplane. It's one of these travelling things. Or a hotel. So who out there... I've been trying to rack my brains. Who out there has told me that they've been on a long trip where they may have picked this up? And I can't think. But somebody sent this in, and somebody who's watching. So who could it be? Guess who? And who can't afford a single first-class stamp but puts 2 second-class, which makes it more expensive? Who could that be? If you think you know the answer, have a guess. Let me know who you think that is. In the meantime, we are going to... check out the lovely Gabriel. Now, we're not going to the cathedral. There's you all going, oh, we wanted to go to the cathedral, Wells Cathedral, and see what was happening. I wonder if there is a well at Wells Cathedral, or several wells, presumably. Matt Doe says, not sleeping in the van tonight. No, thanks. It's cold out there. Her name was Lola, says Mark Donny McLeod. She was a Dachshund. Her name was Lola. She was a Dachshund. A very hairy Dachshund with a very hungry tongue. Her name was Lola. She was a Anyway, a district of Chelsea is also known as World's End. Yes, isn't that the football team also known as World's... Anyway, on the road to Whitby from Hull, there is a place called... Wet Wang. Is that what you typed there? Wet Wang? Alice Springs, yes. Cold Christmas. Cold Christmas? That's not a person's name, is it? What are you talking about? Christmas? I've seen people called Christmas. Nice van, Mr. Vobes. Only sleeps one, though, says Dean Cooper. Yes, that's correct. It's a bachelor van. It's basically just for one because it's a small van. Not like your great big thing. You could get your whole family in your van. Very nice. But I can only get myself really in there. You can have Julia and Joe in for a cup of tea. But that's about it really. Besides which, I don't have you know, a shacking up partner, not yet, to come in the van with me. So I'm perfectly all right. I know it's a shame. You can all feel sorry for me, of course. But at the moment, it's not something that one needs to do. And if I need a bit of female company, I just nip round to Julia and Joe and Elijah and Chaz. And not saying they're all females, obviously. I don't think Chaz is a female. But no, if I need a bit of female company, there's always the lovely Linda Kane now. I've had a nice cup of tea with Linda Kane. Lovely. And she gave me chutney. I will be going around there more frequently. So in my van. Fancy coming in my van, Linda? Know what I mean? No, stop it. I think we'll watch a bit of Glastonbury Gabriel. What ho, YouTubers?
Good evening, YouTubers, and welcome to Glastonbury Gabriel's video channel. You find me here tonight in my new studio. Basically, winter's coming. I'm not going to be able to get out and shoot the amount of videos I'd like to, which means I've got to come up with something else. So I intend to do some unboxing videos. I intend to do some content about the area, maybe using voiceover, which I can make in the studio here. Maybe I hope to interview some local people, and generally be able to make videos even when it's raining outside, which it does a lot. I'm new to this, so if you see me looking up there, it's because that's where the monitor is, and I've got to get used to looking down the lens. So it's a learning process. I'll also be doing videos about equipment I use, like for example, this is one of my wireless systems, which is very good. If I'm doing video editing, this is a hand controller that I use. All stuff that makes my life as interesting as possible here, making videos. I'll show you that kit, because basically I've been looking on YouTube myself, and there's lots of experts out there who've been using kit for ages. They're probably professional, they make it look really easy, and then you come along and you try and do what they do, and it all goes very wrong very quickly. So I figured, kind of an idiot abroad as it were, I would look at equipment, get to use it, show you how I'm using it, show you my learning process, and hopefully maybe, you know, if there's people out there thinking of maybe making their own videos, this will be a good place to look at, to get it from a beginner's perspective. I'm no expert, I'm new to this and I'm learning, but that journey would be nice to see on video. I think I can look back then and hopefully see that I've improved. Like, so I won't be looking up at that monitor next time I do this. I'll concentrate on looking down the lens. In terms of unboxings, there's a very interesting unboxing coming up on Saturday. It's going to be game changing. I'm not going to say anything now, but what I intend to unbox in here on Saturday night is a game changer. It will completely overhaul the entire way I work, and it's so exciting. So that's DaVinci, which is the editing software I use. I'll be showing you that because that's a learning curve. However, it is a fully functional editing suite, allowing you to do pretty much anything you want to do, and here's the big and, it's totally free. There's no subscription. You can use it forever like this, and lots of people do. You never need to buy the full version because there's so much going on in this one. But I'm learning this. I've been learning it since April. I will show you what I'm learning, and you can see me learning at the same time. Hopefully you'll find that interesting. In the comments below, if there's anything that you would like to see me doing, even if it's going away somewhere and stop making videos, put it in the comments below and let me know. So that's pretty much it for tonight. Look out for another one of these for the unboxing on Saturday evening. Hopefully that all goes well. I'll probably put that out on Sunday. But yes, so this is the new studio. We'll be doing quite a few things in here over the winter. Hopefully all of them interesting. But for now, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye.
Well, there we go. How about that? That's Glastonbury Gabriel in his orange stroke yellow. Who knows what colour it is and what colour it will be next time. Studio. And what a lovely looking studio with a lot of loads of exciting kit in there. With a screen that seems to go from one wall to another. Who wouldn't want one of those? Yeah. There was a lot of interesting comments there about it. And Connor's Dark Corner says, is this not just advertising? And then somebody else said, people don't like others advertising on their channel, but I guess it's okay. Well, let me just answer that. It's okay with me because this is a live show in which we have regular people who do their stuff. People contribute to the show. They go out of their way. And, you know, Gabriel is one of them, goes out of his way, helps me by bringing something different to present to you. And so I don't mind if he wants to tell us about what's happening and he's showing off his studio. If he gets a few extra viewers, then that's great with me. I have no problem with that. He does something different. I'm not being paid for him to do that. But, you know, it's like I scratch his back, he scratches my back, or whichever way round. Whoever's back it is that we're scratching it. So, yeah, if you want to tell us about something you're up to and you want to do a little bit of advertising, make it in a video, send it in to me, and we'll plug it in the show. Why not? So I think that's a good thing. And it also gives me a break. Remember, the videos give me a few moments to sort of get my thoughts together and think, okay, what's going to happen in the next segment of the video, of the live show. So well done, Gabriel. Very kind of you to send that in. Don't take the flak. Andrew Norris says, I love the colour of the walls. Yeah, I mean, I think Nigel said it was a strange colour to have in a studio, but I mean, you can have any colour you like. There's no reason that you have to have any set colour. I mean, a lot of people have black because it sort of has a darkened area, but not everybody wants black. Not everybody wants white. People may want different colours. So there we are. Yes, says Gabriel, it is a 28.9 monitor. What? So funny, isn't it? 28.9. You think they just go up to 29? Why just or like miss off a little bit? Was it that the person who measured this thing just cut it a bit short? Went, oh, well, it's what is it supposed to be? 29? Is it 29 inches? Oh, I'm sorry. It's 28. It's nearly. I never quite understand these formats where it's like in America when instead of doing the 30 frames per second, they have it 29 point something, whatever it is. And you just think, well, how much extra effort was it? It must have been more effort to cut it down to that number than to just say 30 frames. 29.9415102, whatever it is, you know. There's probably, I expect Nigel will ring up now and say, actually, there is a perfectly good reason why it's like that. And if they don't. I don't want to know the perfectly good logical reason why it's like that. I just want to think that it was just somebody couldn't be asked to round it up and they got a bit carried away. That's how I like to think of it. That's my world. A little bit rough round the edges. Oh, here we go. Actually, I'll tell you. Let's find out who's calling in the Vobes Show. Hello to you, caller.
It's Sean from London.
Hello, Sean from London. How are you, Sean from London?
Getting by.
Getting by. Oh, marvellous. I'm very pleased to hear that you're getting by. Can you get me some by?
I will try and get some by, and I'll pass it on.
Come by, oh my lord, come by, my lord, come by car, my lord. No, I came by bus.
Come by train.
Come by train, best one.
When I discovered you back
yes.
in February, which now feels like a long time ago.
1874, yeah.
It was a video of you walking out through the streets of Worthing at about 7:30 in the morning, and there wasn't a soul there.
No.
I think it'd be very good if you recreated that video from an historic point of view to see how many people are out in the streets now.
Well, I can tell you, if I go out at 7:30, you won't see very much because it's still dark.
Well, yeah.
But I take your point. I don't know. I think there'd be more people now bustling off to work.
Because I think those videos are very historic and they'll be used in future years for people to look back.
Well, they'll have to pay me. I have to pay me megabucks. I knew what was happening. You see, I thought as soon as we went into lockdown, I thought this. I'll cover a provincial seaside town in lockdown that students in 2057 will be gathered around going, oh, here we got some ancient footage of Worthing, a provincial seaside town. And everyone was bald and frightened to come out, apart from this one bloke.
And they'll say it was 2020 BC,
Yes.
before COVID.
Before COVID, exactly. Very good, yeah. Well, they do
So how
say,
did you
don't they say there's going to be this before COVID and then there's AC after COVID, BC and AC, not AD.
Well, I've now accepted that COVID's here until at least 2022. So let's just move on. Just get on with life. And
Yeah.
just don't cough over 70.
Yes. Oh, okay. So that's a pessimistic theory, but you could well be right.
So we have a park. So I live next door to a park, and London's in tier 2, I think, and you're not allowed to mix with people, or you can't stay overnight. So my local park has turned into a bit of a, how can we say, activities go on in the dark there.
Yes.
And people are meeting up against the oak tree.
I'm surprised.
Because you're not allowed to mingle indoors.
I'm surprised that the government now doesn't send everybody in this country, because they like spending money, everybody in this country a Wi-Fi operated badge that they can pin to them that says what tier they're in. And as they change it, it could be a colour, could be, or the number. But as you know, as things go on, you can look at the people near and go, oh, you're in tier 3. I can't go near you, mate. Sorry. And you can look at your own little badge and go, oh, it's changed. Oh, I'm now in tier. Oh, crikey, I'm in tier 4. What the hell was that? Oh, I'm supposed to be dead. Well, nobody told me. I think that would be quite a useful thing, because it's so difficult to keep up with all the changes of which tier you're in and where you are and where is the border between one. Where's the boundary? What exactly is the boundary? Which side of the road does it end? They don't tell you that.
Well, I haven't watched the news for about 3 or 4 weeks now, so I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Well, I haven't got a clue. No, exactly. But how is your channel going? You've been doing some lives, haven't you?
Yes, but my laptop has now given up the ghost.
Oh,
so I can't edit. So I did one video this week where I just filmed it straight off.
Yeah.
And even though people said, oh, that's fine, you can put that up, And
you said it was better, did they? This is typical, isn't it? They said it's like you work really hard and you edit something. I do this. And people go, yeah, that's nice. And then you'd put up a really rough one. And it's the rough one they go, oh, I like that. Yeah, that's very good.
Oh, it's authentic. That's what I had.
It is authentic, yeah.
And then somebody said, well, why didn't you just press pause, move location, then start recording again? And it's like, well, that's editing. You need a machine.
Yeah, because
let me not try to educate you on it.
Yes, cameras don't do. I mean, video cameras, the old-fashioned video cameras, where you could put it onto pause. But phones, they just that's it. They create the file, and
I actually found it quite a stressful situation because I could hear the train coming, and normally I would finish my sentence, wait for the train to pass, and then start again in a different space so that you wouldn't notice. But I found it I couldn't wait to get to the end of the video.
Yeah, but the thing is though, Sean, I mean, you're old school, aren't you? I mean, I'm not meaning to be rude.
Old.
You're old school. I mean, and it's like doing it back like in the old days in the BBC where they used to do whole dramas live. That's how you've got to think of it. It's just one take.
Coronation Street.
Yeah, exactly.
That used to be live.
So you'd be an old trooper. You're an old trooper going out to say, I don't need the bloody editing suite. Don't need none of that. I'm just going to record. Hello, it's Sean here, and today I'm going to show you how complicated it can be to get the runner beans in and picked at the same time whilst looking at the wild strawberries.
Fran and Rich popped into my head while I was filming it, and the conversation that we had many months ago now about how I feel quite jealous of these people that have not had a TV background.
Yes.
Where they'll just go into a supermarket and film, and I want permission. I want everybody to sign,
Yes. Well, there is that. Yes, I understand. I mean, I still a bit like that. I hate filming where I think I'm going to get thrown out, and someone will say,
and also,
"You're not allowed to film in here, mate."
And people said to me, "Oh, it's fine. Just do it on your phone. Film it in one take."
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, but you just know. If I'm applying for ITV for a job, you just know that'll be the video they'll go and watch.
Yes, that is the case, but it depends where. I mean, if all my cameras broke down or I had a fire and all that was left was my phone, I'd do it on a phone. I mean, I do my updates on the phone. Better to have some. I just think it's better to have something out than nothing. And even if I could never do a video on the day, the least I could do, I feel, is go, "Hi guys, I'm really sorry. My cameras have fallen down a cliff. Everything's fallen down a well. My head's rolled down the well too. Everything's well. But I managed to do this video. I know it's just of my feet stomping about, looking about where my hands are. They're down the well. And I can't think any more jokes to do with wells. So
I went. So in the comments of that video, quite a few people were sort of like, because I've set up, right, I wasn't going to mention this because I don't want to advertise on your channel.
No, advertise. It's the advertising night tonight, apparently. Everybody can advertise free of charge.
I set up a GoFundMe, and I've said I need a bit of help to raise money for a new computer to edit this stuff. You've had my videos for 8 years. You haven't paid for them. So please can you give a couple of pounds?
You can't say that. You've had my videos. You haven't paid for them.
Well,
you
quite
can't
a few
say
people have.
I know.
Quite a few people have given a bit of money towards this.
You should be rinsing them. The terminology is you have to rinse the public out of them. Rinse them. Give me your money, you bastards. I'm going to rinse.
It just raises this debate again. Everything online should be free.
Oh, everything.
So, well,
yes.
some people do have a living.
Yes. I know.
You come across as a bit of a bumbling fool, but there's an act to that.
Who comes? Me comes across as a bumbling fool.
Take you 40 years to hone this talent.
Did you hear that? He said I come across as a bumbling fool. What do you mean? He's
good
right.
Guy, good guy.
He says you're right. What do you mean? I'm going to get you sacked. There's an invisible man there who doesn't belong there, and
we've got to pay for the mime school lessons.
Oh,
that we've
yes.
heard so much about.
Oh, yes, you can.
And now we've got a van to pay.
Yes, well, you've all got a van to pay. Oh, yes, I'll be rinsing them. Ever since the person who said that,
squeeze them.
I know they'd use this terminology, and the only way you can combat trolls that have a go at you is to use the same terminology back at them and make it into a joke. So I say, yeah, I'm rinsing, and people, if people don't know when I'm joking, then obviously I'm not doing my job very well. I think people get it, and they only have to look at what I do. But I mean, if you need a bit of help, I think being honest. But the thing is, I think if you made some videos with your phone and said, look, my laptop's down, I can't do my normal quality. But I think if you show you're trying, I think people are on your side. I think if you don't do anything and say, well, I'm not going to make them then, I think people would just go, well, that's all right. There's a billion other channels I can watch. I think far better to show humility.
That's the attitude that I had initially. It was all right. I'm not going to put anything out until it can be perfect.
Yes.
And then I looked at my AdSense, realised how much I'm not going to earn, and I thought, I'm putting a video out. It can be on the phone.
Absolutely, I think so, because most people don't tell this is what I get. Most people don't know the difference. Some people know the difference and they appreciate it. And I do it for them, and everybody gets it as good quality as I can. But it's like today I had to film on the GoPro. Wasn't brilliant. In terms of the footage, I think it's quite entertaining. Julia and I and little Joe. It'll go out tomorrow. But it's like, this is GoPro is the sort of I hate it. But at least I get something made, and then it goes out, and people just see you try. I think if people see you trying and that you're doing something, I think that's the most valuable thing that you can do, because people
and they can sit and watch it and go, didn't he do well?
Didn't he do well? Yes, he doesn't need that
laptop.
Well,
I'm feeling at the moment that everything's getting on top of me, and I want to scream.
I
have a burning desire that I need to get to the seaside just to get a bit of air.
Well, come down. Not next week because I won't be here, but come down.
Oh, well, I'll come down next week then.
That's probably the safest time. Come down and scream your head off. I'll take you out somewhere where we can get a nice cup of
And
coffee.
we can film a 30-minute video that we can't stop.
Yes, exactly. I'll show you how to press the stop button after 30 minutes. Lovely to talk to you.
Rightio then.
Keep smiling, Sean. Don't let it get on top of you.
Keep smiling through.
That's it. Well, that's to, because if you stop smiling, I think people, if you, well, let's not, I won't get into it now, but just keep smiling.
Yeah. Well, I'll speak to you in a few days and we'll arrange something.
Yeah, no, come down. Be nice to see you. Nice to meet.
It's been a long time since I had a soggy chip on the seafront.
Mark English came down. He was a changed man. I've never seen anybody with St.
We haven't
Vitus
seen him
dance.
since, though.
Pardon?
No, we haven't seen him since, though.
Whoa, Nigel Sadler's seen him. Nigel Sadler made a video with him.
Well, I want to have a look inside this van.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll come down and have a look inside the van. You'll be a changed man.
In fact, what I can do is I'll bring my high-vis jacket down and
Yeah.
I'll have a word with the neighbour. I'll sort the neighbour out.
Actually, if you come down in your high-vis jacket, it would be very handy. You can just stop everybody as I'm driving along. And as I'm trying to... Do you know, it takes me to park up my little alley in which there are cars parked one side and there's brick walls on the other side. It's quite narrow. It takes me about 20 minutes now to park the van. Whereas before, I would just
20
shoot...
minutes? There's a video in that.
There is. Oh, yeah. Time lapse. It'll be hilarious. It's stop, start, stop, look out the side, crawl across to the other side of the van and peer out. Oh, God, I'm 2 inches. And the things are going beep, 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 beep. Oh, my God. And am I going to scratch? And I daren't scratch it because Paul, for whom I bought... I mean, I've got to keep this van spotless because you're going, Richard, the van's looking a bit shabby. I know, Paul, I will look after it. I promised him I'll look after it.
Oh, just a quick update.
Yes.
Did you manage to get the housing estate agents to pay for the lock
What lock?
when they broke the lock?
Oh,
to
that,
your
yes,
house?
sorry, yes, I was, no, they haven't, no, of course they haven't. They've kept very low profile on that. We're still waiting to sell the sodding house. I mean, getting them to pay for anything is unlikely, but they'll probably put in a very hefty bill for trying to sell this house.
If I had the money, I would buy the house because I quite like the garden, but I haven't, so I can't.
It's a nice garden, but it's full of foxes. Whoever gets that house has got to deal with foxes. And I'm not talking about glacier mints either. Anyway, better go.
Yeah, I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, take care. Tutty bye. Bye. There we are. That was Sean James Cameron from Londonian coming down to inspect the van in a high-vis jacket, which would be very nice. The Van of Dreams, says Mark Donny McLeod. Yes, indeed. Billy Goats Gruff says Days of Yore. Or let Billy Baggins deal with them. Yes, Billy Baggins. Or be a wizard and turn them into at dawn. That's true. The only way to combat trolls is not to give them airtime. Exactly. Don't give them any airtime. Or air miles. Although, if you know where they live, you could bundle them on a plane with some free air miles and never see them again. Rinse out the money. Ask Eric to see what he says, Richard. Okay, Ron. Eric, what do you think?
That's right, sir.
Pardon?
That's right, sir.
What is that what you think?
That's right, sir.
Oh, he just thinks it's right. My comment for Mindy was a bit of humour for her. I realise it may have come across wrong, says David Keel, but it got sent by mistake. Oh, now hang on a minute. David Keel, where is your comment? I'm interested in this. A little bit of gossip here. Oh, one's got to brighten one's day up with a bit of gossip. Where I can't. Oh, here we are. Thank you, Days of Yore. David Keel, do the videos have to be sent in 720? Does anyone know? Yes, if you could send your videos in 720p, that would be perfect. If you don't, I just have to, put it through some mangling mangle. That was what I was thinking. A like the old clothes thing, a mangle. I have to put it through some digital mangle, otherwise known as handbrake, funnily enough. And it will sort it all out, but it's a process that if I don't have to do it, because it's the last minute when I'm doing the shows, like going, oh, the videos, hang on, I just get them in. Oh, they put them in the wrong format. Sometimes if they come off iPhones, they don't always play, so I have to go through the mangle, and then it gets it to play. Handbrake. If you need a video encoder or whatever it is, video encoder to reduce the size of a file, Handbrake. If you put a search for Handbrake, it'll come up. It's great. So if you've got a big file of about 4 or 5 gig, and you think, crikey, that's too big to send to somebody, shove it through Handbrake at the appropriate resolution that you want, and it will squeeze it down, make it smaller. Little tip for the video producers out there who don't use it. And generally, you don't really, I mean, you lose a bit of quality, of course, but not very much that you'll notice. It's incredible how the algorithm, that word, how the algorithm works. It's really good. Mark's Beautiful Landscapes says, I will only ever follow the one and only bald explorer because everyone else is a bit samey. Whereas the Vobes, of course, is very samey. Mark Dunham says, one bald explorer, there's only one bald explorer. One bald explorer? There's only one bald explorer. There's only one bald explorer. La da da, one bald explorer. One bald explorer. There's only one bald explorer. One can carry on with that all night long. There's only one. Anyway, so I want to know who sent me the shaving foam, the aftershave. Let's open this up, see what it's all about. We were talking about shavers the other day, but I cannot think. Who would send me? It's a nice one, actually. It's got a nice feel to it. You could stick that up your nose. I used to stick 4-inch nails up my nose. I haven't done it for a long time. I would do it live on the show. I used to pull them and they'd go right in there because there's a cavity above the mouth, above the top of the palate there. And I would stick them right in there in the nightclubs. And I remember wandering around a nightclub one time. I did the fire act and all this. It was a sort of like Halloween thing, and I was dressed as a ghoul, and I had these nails, and I was going up to people, sticking them in. I would, prove that they were metal by tapping them on their glasses that people held in their hand, and they would tap like that, and say, "Can you bend that?" And they would go, "No, can't bend it." And I'd go, "Oh, okay," zoom, and you have to practice a little bit just to clear it out. I can't just stick it in there. My eyes would water. My false eye would pop out. So I used to do that, and they would go up just like that. Because nails don't have a blade on the end, of course. It's only natural, isn't it? And I remember one time I went up, there's two lovely girls, lovely girls, lovely girls. Hello, darling, hello. Try this. There's a nice rigid nail there. You see how erect the nail? You had to have slight sexual innuendos at nightclubs, otherwise they weren't interested. A little bald bloke as Uncle Fester coming round, sticking nails up his nose. And I go, "Oh, yes, that's a genuine nail. Yes, genuine nail." And I shoved it up my nose. And they'd go, "Oh, that's horrible. Ooh," like this. And then I'd say... And then they would say, it must be a fake nail. It must be a telescopic one that it goes in. They couldn't believe that it would go up your nose, you see. So I would say, "Well, you pull it out." And this girl pulled it out like this, all covered in slime and stuff that was up my nose. And she saw, as it came out, that it was a genuine nail. And she was so shocked, she dropped it. And it landed in her drink. And she went, "Ew, that's horrible." I'd gone in and pulled it out of her glass, and she went, "Ooh, that's horrible." And then she took a sip of her drink, and I said, "No, that's horrible, what you've just done, having a slurp out of that, because that's got all my nose." Good job it wasn't in the days of COVID, really. Oops. That's a very useful thing for the old shaving head. And this aftershave. No, aftershave. Yeah, aftershave. Shaving cream. Creme de... It is actually cream. It's a bit like the old puncture repair kits, isn't it? Do you remember the old bicycle puncture repair kits? They used to... I wonder if it's the same stuff. They used to come like this. Little tiny thing. And there it is. And you had this rubber solution. Let's just see how good it is, shall we? Hang on a minute. It doesn't... I was expecting that to foam up. But it hasn't foamed up. Oh. Now, if there's a bit of blood, please don't collapse and faint. La 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 la. La da 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 da. Ow. It's quite effective. It's got 2 blades on it. Well, I might try this. I often shave in the bath, It's all very nice, shave in the bath. What about that side? Do a bit of that. Oh, there we are. Look at that. As soft as a baby's bum. You know, one of those with goosely pimples and things. That's how soft it is. But I don't know who sent it. If you sent it, please let me know. Because how would I suppose? Guess who? They say. Guess who? Who knows? Let's have a look at the comment. It's got a nice smell to it. Anno COVID. Oh, yes, that's right. For after COVID. COVID and Anno COVID. Next time I'll go down, I'll pop in, says Robert Croser. Please do pop in, have a look at the van. I have, after the chutney, always... After chutney disagrees with me, says Mark's beautiful doodah. They must be a dog tied into the part. I don't know what people are talking about there. I'm going to skip a few and come back down near the bottom. Audrey says you must get a reversing camera. They're great. Oh, yes. A reversing camera would be good. I wonder how you get one and fix it in. Can you buy them separately? Oh, I think I've cut myself. Wrong Langley, if you do a video of you parking the van, you'll get 50,000 views. Yes, of course you will. Yes. Idiot parking the van. I can't park the van. You'll get 50,000 views. It's probably worth doing, actually. Speaking of foxes, there is no Ramiboo again tonight. Oh, I wonder if she's got problems with her mother. I won't go into it any more than that, but sometimes she does. If I had the money, I'd buy it for the foxes, says Mark Donny McLeod. If I had money to burn, I'd go like a rocket. If I had money to burn, I'd up down to the shop with a diddly-doo, and have a big poo and buy me a banjo clatter. Here we go, we got another phone call. Just saved me from singing the rest of Half a Sixpence. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Good evening. It's Glastonbury Gabriel, all the way from Norfolk.
Absolutely. It's sunny here in Norfolk at the moment.
Is it? Oh, I'm very pleased to hear that. I've just had a close shave.
Oh, I saw. I saw that's why I thought I'd bring up, because when you were having a shave on your show, you obviously scraping the barrel, so I thought I'd bring up next to you.
Yeah, I was scraping the barrel. I was literally the barrel, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Is it this week the clocks go back? Asked Barry Hughes.
It's Sunday,
ladies and gentlemen. There
Saturday
we are.
night, Sunday morning.
Any
They
question?
go back at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, do that. Any question you need answering, Glastonbury has the answer. So that was good. Yeah.
I thought I'd ring up and do a bit of advertising. Actually.
Oh, yes, please do. We need a bit of advertising.
Okay, here goes.
Yeah.
You put the shakeout back, you put the freshness back. How's that one?
Yeah, is that Tizer?
Yes, that's it.
What about Double Diamond? Works wonders, works wonders. Double Diamond works wonders. So I have one today.
Who was that one? There's a terrific draft in here.
Oh, is that the Everest? You only fit it once, so fit the best. Fit Everest.
That was it, yeah.
A finger of fudge is just enough to give your kids a treat.
Kids a treat.
It's full of Cadbury's goodness and something. Yeah, it's
the
all...
Milky Bar kid is strong and tough.
And only the best is good enough. Nestle's Milky Bar. Yeah, nobody knows the third line, do they? But they know the end bit. A miles a day helps you work, rest and play. Whoa, this one. Opal fruit, made to make your mouth water. Not that you get opal fruits anymore.
I think they changed their name. I won't buy sweets like that anymore.
No.
So they changed their name. But when Marathon became Snickers.
Oh, yes. Marathon.
Why is it a Snicker?
Snickers, because the Americans called it Snickers, wouldn't they? I mean, what is a Snicker? A marathon, you could think, yeah, okay, you eat that, all those peanuts would give you protein and you could run a marathon. There's logic. I may have made it up, but if there is some Snickers, it's like, oh, it's melted in my knickers. It must be Snickers. I do remember some years ago when I was a teenager, I think, and I may have read this on the wall of the gents' toilet somewhere, that there were edible knickers. That was a thing. I couldn't think of anything.
No.
I can't think of. I can think of lots of things worse than that. Obviously, there are terrible things, but it can get a kit on eBay for 30 quid. I'm not quite sure what that's for. Oh, I can feel my face stinging now. I wish I hadn't shaved myself with that bloody lethal thing. Whoever sent that is trying to kill me. Did you send this in? Did you send this razor blade in?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a little note here just inside. Place against your throat, dig hard and scrape across. if you're not dead within the next 20 seconds, try again. Bloody cheek, isn't it? I don't know. Some people, they don't need to try and kill me. I can die on stage plenty of times.
Exactly. Regarding your reversing camera, which is kind of essential in your van.
Yes.
When we speak tomorrow on the Dog and Bone,
yes,
I have a suggestion that will help you.
Oh, good.
But I can't say anything now because I might be advertising.
Oh, right, yes. We don't want to do any of that advertising.
We can't do that. No, advertising, no.
Absolutely.
Advertising's not a good thing.
Yeah.
No.
White lemonade. I'm a secret lemonade drinker. White. No, we would never do any advertising. Never do any advertising on this. Smash!
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh,
not on
yes.
this channel.
And they smash them with their metal knives.
Yeah, I love that one.
For mash gets smashed.
Smash. They don't make adverts like that anymore.
No.
Remember the chimpanzees, the teabag, teabag monkey.
Can you imagine the tea? Yes, that you could never get away with that now, would you?
No.
Banjo. Yeah. Oh, yeah, banjo in a blue wrapper, says Ernie Samet. That was a really nice wafer with chopped nuts. What was the Topics one? It's funny how he always remembers right at the end. Topics. A hazelnut in every bite.
I thought that was squirrel poo.
Yeah, probably was squirrel poo. Do you remember the walnut whip?
Yeah, I love them.
Can you still get walnut whips?
I believe you can, but last time I had one, which was when God was a boy,
yeah.
I used to take the nuts off the top because I'm not a big lover of eating bits of wood.
Walnuts.
Yeah.
Do you not like any nuts?
Not really, no.
Oh. What is it? KP nuts. Which one? Hang on. No. Yeah, KP. What was the? Just trying to think now. KP nuts. There was what was the advert? Topic. Yeah, Topic. Just as nice. Yeah, it's funny how these old adverts now are coming back to me. Can bet he drinks Carling Black Label. They were good ones, weren't they? Think of any more? Some of the old products. I remember the Barrett Homes with a helicopter. Do you remember that with a helicopter? Everyone had to run out their door and wave at the helicopter as they bought their new house that is likely to fall to bits as a result of the downdraft from the helicopter.
I'm used to that. When I fly my drone over, they'll come out and shake their fist.
Everyone's a fruit and nutcase.
For those cabbages, fruit and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Frank Muir.
Frank Muir, exactly. Frank Muir.
No, he was a man, wasn't he? And there were other erudite chappies.
Yes. I used to listen. I used to love Call My Bluff with Frank Muir.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
Frank Muir.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
And all because the lady loves milk tray.
A good looking at, yeah.
The lady loves milk tray. That's right. Yes. Come on, we want some more adverts to fin that. Do they still do planters nuts? I don't know. Probably do. Welcome to. Oh yes, Patrick Allen. Patrick Allen was the voiceover man of the 80s, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he was very much that very hard sell. Welcome to Berkshire. Barrett Homes. He used to do Barrett Homes. Watch out.
They should have given Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes. Watch out for Sherlock Holmes. Watch out, there's a Humphrey about. That was a good Watney's Red Barrel.
Do you remember when they were Don't Tell Sid? That was one of the privatisation adverts.
For gas.
Had this theme,
gas.
Don't Tell Sid.
Yeah, Don't Tell Sid.
One of my cats is called Sid now, so he's over that. I don't tell him a thing.
Smile, please. You're in Gretnal Whitney land. I don't remember that. I remember Smile, you're on Candid Camera. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Oh, yes. The water in Majorca don't taste like what it ought to. Was that
Lorraine Chase?
Lorraine Chase, Luton Airport.
Yeah, Luton Airport, mate.
Luton Airport.
Well, you truly walking in from paradise. No, mate, Luton Airport.
Luton Airport.
They do not make adverts on it. Adverts on TV are, I'm going to use a rotten word, but crap.
They are crap. Esso Blue. Who was that?
Yeah.
Esso Blue.
Esso Blue. They asked me what I knew. You knew they're so blue.
Oh, yeah, that's
I,
right.
of course, replied, when smoke gets in your eyes, blah, 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 blah.
Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. Oh, yes, that's the driving thing. Do you remember they used to do that?
Savile, clunk, click every trip.
Clunk, click, every trip. I'm sure that he...
Jimmy Savile doing that, wasn't he?
Yeah, I bet he clunk clicked every trip, didn't he? What was it when they said, if you have an accident, it's like a hammer hitting a peach? Do you remember that? Slow motion, 60 frames per second.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Very, yeah. Schweppes. You know who. Schweppes.
No, I don't. I've never met him.
Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. That's like skates on ice. Do you remember that for Vim? No, it was for Jif. It was like for Jif with an ammonia. It says scouring powders scratch like skates on ice.
Yes.
Just learned that Kiara Urara, whatever it is, Kiara Urara is a Mario term for hello. What's that tribe in Australia? The Maoris. Moro. I can't pronounce it.
Maoris. Those New Zealand, aren't they?
New Zealand. Yeah, Kara Orara is however you pronounce it. Yeah, our White's Lemonade, Andy Friesen. We just did that one. Flash cleans baths without scratching.
Yeah.
Cleans like a white tornado. The remember the doorstep challenge?
Yeah.
Square Deal Surf.
Yeah.
And Omo. You don't get many adverts for Omo now, do you?
I don't think you would. No.
Nice. What about Brobat Blue? Do you remember?
No, I didn't get round today.
Brobat Blue. Kenneth Williams doing the voice. Hello. Yeah, Brobat Blue.
Mate.
They were the days. Charlie says about road safety. Oh, yes, Charlie. Were you ever a member of the Tufty Club?
I was.
Yes, Tufty the Squirrel Lads. They were great. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Another one of, what's his name that we just mentioned on Clunk Click? This is the age of the train. The age of the train.
This is the age of the train. Bing!
Let the train take the strain. They were good. They were really very good bylines, weren't they? Let the train.
Were. I don't know what they've got doing them now. It's just rubbish. They're horrible.
Washes whiter than... One of the adverts I always used to think was Anodin. Nothing works faster than Anodin. And it's a clever thing, because when you think about it, it's not saying that Anodin is any good or that it's fast. It's just saying it's average. Because nothing works faster than it, but in other words... It might just be a tiddly bit faster than everything else, but it doesn't mean it's actually very fast. If everyone's slow, it's only a tiddly bit faster than them, or as fast.
That's true. It's very clever, actually.
It is because actually, when you think that it is really means that it's fast, but it just means it's the same speed as the others, or a tiddly bit faster.
Yeah, that's the one.
The other thing I always think is quite funny is whenever you get these things and you get a phone call and they say, well, we'll give you a free quote. And you think, well, who's going to pay for a quote? Who pays for a quote? Yeah, we'll come round and we can look at your windows and tell you how much it is. It'll be a free quote. And you go, well, if you were going to charge me for the quote, there's no way we would have had that. And also, when you get if you enter this, you'll get a free prize. It's like, since when did they charge for prizes?
No, for concept of a prize, it's free.
Yeah,
although I suppose you can pay to enter certain competitions to win prizes.
Yes, but not if you're going to win. If you're going to win a free prize, it's free anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd like to win a really expensive prize, please.
Yes, please.
And I'd like to pay by cheque.
Green Cross Code, yes, remember that. Cleans your carpet for less than £0.50. Oh, I don't remember that one.
No.
I thought GG was Tufty. You're Tufty grown up, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Something like that.
With MASH, get smashed, yeah. Born from an egg on a mountain top. Go to work on an egg, I remember.
Yes, and there was a bloke riding an egg. I remember that one.
Tetley lets the flavour flood out. Naughty right. But nice. Who was that? Naughty but nice. Cream cakes. Some sort of cream cake, wasn't it? Days of yore, we were formerly wives of blokes who wrote their wives and signed off of Norwich. Don't know. Yellow Pages.
When I come home.
Yellow Pages, that was it.
That was Norwich,
fly
wasn't
fishing.
It? Put it on the back of an envelope. Norwich, Norwich. Knickers off ready when I come home.
Oh, is that what it means?
I think so.
Patrick Allen did the Barrett Homes. Yes, that's what we said that actually. 1001. Oh, that's a cleaner, isn't it? 1000.
Well, it's a carpet cleaner.
Hands that do dishes feel soft as your
soft
face.
As your face with more cream,
very liquid. Oh.
Yeah.
I'd like a second class to Dottingham, please.
Tunes.
What was the one?
Honey menthol and cherry menthol.
What was the one that they used to say? Oh, Malcolm. I can't go to Oh, Malcolm.
Oh, he's got an ology, hasn't he, as our Malcolm? Do you remember that one?
Vic Cyanide.
He's got an ology.
I never knew what it was because I always thought of it as a Vic Cyanide nasal spray. I want Vic Cyanide nasal spray. Well, obviously it wasn't cyanide. I remember the old government TV advert about testing your brakes after driving through water, says David Keel. Do you remember the detector vans? They are in your area. If you haven't got a license, we will
you're
find.
You're a child molester, and you're going to be hung out and drawn. Yes.
Sinex. Vic Sinex. That's what it was. I used to think it was Vic Cyanide. Vic Cyanide nasal spray. Oh, I must get one of those for Dad. Think once, think twice, think bike. Yeah,
yes.
Correct. Trophy bitter. The pint that thinks it's a quart. Oh, yes. And Heineken, that was a brilliant one, Heineken. It reaches the parts that other beers can't reach. Brilliant.
And I hear in other bad news about beer, Watney's Red Barrel is now available in Party 8s again.
Oh, is it?
That was disgusting rubbish.
Yeah.
In fact, it was beer like that made them form CAMRA and save our beer industry. Thank God they did. Otherwise, we'd all be drinking that cobblers by now.
Well, I know. I mean, it is going a bit like that now, isn't it? Let Your Fingers Do the Walking. That was a good one.
Yellow Pages, yeah.
Malcolm with the BT advert with Maureen Lipman. They were good. Lovely.
He was the one who had the ology.
Yes, that's right. He's got an ology.
He's got an ology, you know.
We hope it's chips. We hope it's chips. We hope it's chips. It's chips. Is that what?
That one,
yeah. One squirt up your nose.
Changing the subject very slightly.
Old Spice.
Old Spice.
High Karate. High Karate was great. With
that was horrible.
That woman who I think that model woman that I think appeared once in. Did she not appear in the? Not the. I'm wanting to say the Goons, but I don't mean the Goons. I mean the one with the actor from Fawlty Towers, Basil Fawlty, who played John.
Fawlty.
But John Cleese, the what was the John Cleese and the thing the Monty Python's Flying Circus. Thank you very much. I think she appeared once in that as an actor. Anyway, the High Karate thing.
Splash it on like a camel had crawled into your back passage and died.
Well, this is why they need to advertise. I mean, anything they need to advertise, it can't be any good because that's why they're having to advertise it. Henry Cooper.
Henry Cooper, yeah.
Yes,
that was Brooke.
Yeah. Is she or isn't she? Harmony Hairspray. Do you remember that? Harmony, is she or isn't she?
Yeah.
Is she?
My dad almost knocked Henry Cooper over and killed him in Wembley High Street.
Blimey, that was a bit naughty.
Yeah. My dad was just driving down the road, doing the speed limit, and Henry Cooper walked out in front of him without looking, and my dad had to jam on the anchors and didn't hit him, and he sort of looked at me down and went, "Oops, sorry," like that, put his hand up and walked off.
Oh.
That's my dad's one claim to fame. That was I nearly killed Henry Cooper.
Will it be chips or jacket spuds? Will it be salad or frozen peas? Will it be mushrooms? I've got the lyrics there, but I can't get the tune quite right. She flies like a bird
in the
sky. She flies like a bird. I wish that she was mine. Nimble. Do you remember that Nimble?
Nimble, yeah.
Blimey,
And
that's
do you remember that one for Flake?
Flake. Oh yes, only
That
the
wispy
crumbliest.
woman painting, and it rained on her parade, didn't it?
Yeah, only the crumbliest, flakiest chocolate
Yes, chocolate.
tastes like chocolate.
Like
Never
chocolate.
tasted before.
Oh,
Only the crumbliest, flakiest chocolate tastes like chocolate never tasted before. Give
That would have
me
been
cornetto.
so much funnier. Instead of looking up wistfully at the sky while it's raining on her picture, she'd have done that like the character from the Fast Show, the painter. You couldn't say the word black because he started destroying his easel. Do you remember him?
No, I didn't really like the Fast Show. Funny.
Did you not?
No.
I loved it.
I
I
don't
love the
know.
fact that every gag, every week, had the same character doing the same gag, and they got away with it. It was
Yes,
fantastic.
I think that's why I didn't like it. I just felt I'd liked it at first for the first series, and then I thought, wait, this is cheap television now. They're just repeating the same thing. But that was Milky Bar Kid is strong and tough, and only the best is good. And we did that one, didn't we? This is all before my time, says Josephine Seater. The Bounty, the Taste of Paradise. Oh yes,
Yeah.
they were worth waiting for, weren't they? Because you always saw the sort of half, women in bikinis.
Naked woman.
And when you're a young virile something or other, the flake that should have been X-rated, says Michael White, especially the one in the bath. Fries Turkish tonight. Domestos kills all known germs dead.
Yes.
Yes, again, another clever one. It kills all the known ones because they don't know if it kills unknown germs. How would you know? But again, it's very, very clever. Anyway, we've been gabbling on.
Yeah, shall I bugger off?
I'm going to bugger off too. Lovely to talk to you. I will talk to you on Sunday.
Yes, the walls in my studio, the people that pointed that out were quite correct. They were painted yellow a couple of years ago. And I think right at the very beginning of my advert earlier on, it stated there that the wall colour's got to change and it's going to go white because I'm firing coloured lights on it and they're just all going up. It's all lighting up yellow and orange no matter what colour I fire at it.
Yeah.
I will have that done.
Good man. Well, lovely to talk to you. Thank you for memory lane down the old advert thing.
Yes.
Heavens.
And I will talk to you on Sunday.
Yes, indeed. I look forward to it. You look after yourself.
Andrew, thanks for the show.
Pleasure as ever. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye. Well, the good thing about talking to Glastonbury Gabriel, he's very careful that we don't, advertise anything because I'd hate to be done by the Trades Description Act. Anyway, Andrew Norris is gone, so without Andrew Norris, the show can barely hold itself together. So I better say arrivederci and thank you very much for joining us this evening. We've only had the one video. Do send a video in because without them, what have I got? Just you and me and the chitter-chatter that comes out. This show has no content, as you know. We make it up as we go along, but we have fun doing it, and that is the main thing. So if you've enjoyed the show, do give me a thumbs up on the What's It because that would be very nice. I don't know whether it really helps or not, but we hope it does. The red car and the blue car had a race, says the lovely Julia. She loves to sing that one. David Keel says a great show. Thank you very much. Great show. Very good of you. The Fast Show was like Little Britain. All sketches revolved around a catchphrase. Yes, I didn't like... I mean, I liked things like Eric Sykes and things like that much more, although that was an earlier thing. But anyway, that's for another time. Thank you very much. He eats everything he sees, from cars to prickly trees. Tell him about the honey, mummy. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. Be good. Stay safe. It's Friday. Now, I just need to make this announcement before I go because I suddenly had to remember. I'm going to be away next week again. I know, I'm really sorry, but I'm taking the van. I've got to get some videos. I'm picking up a coracle. I'm on a round trip. I'm going to end up at Glastonbury. I don't think there'll be any live shows. There probably won't be any reading shows. There will be videos to show, but I'm gathering material and I will post information. I'll be putting it more together over the weekend, so I will post some stuff up about that. So apologies for that, but the week after that we'll be back to normal as we head into Christmas, Halloween, whatever it is. Look after yourself. Thanks very much for all your wonderful company. Thanks to Judith and Julia for making sure everyone's behaving themselves. Thanks to Gabriel for the phone call and the what's name. Thanks to Sean for calling in as well. It's lovely to hear from you. And thanks to you for typing and being part of the show, and thanks for everybody else for watching. And that's all the thank yous you're going to get. Unless I missed you out. And if I missed you out, I am so sorry. But until next time, take care. Have a good weekend. I will be in touch about my movements and things. But for now, it's the old Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi saying, arrivederci. Look after yourself and bye-bye. Bye-bye.